very little.
But she can understand more.
I probably could understand more, but I wish, that's what I started to say before. My mom would talk about things that when she grew up, what it was like. And, as a kid, you don't half listened. Yeah. Now I think, why didn't you listen more? Because there are things you really wish now you had known.
I try to ask my grandma a lot too. And like my grandpa,
tell her about how your mom would call you Kleine Hexen and you didn't know what it meant, and then we found out.
What is Kleine Hexen?
A little witch.
Oh.
It's like Kleine Hex.
This was, Kleine Hex. This was funny because she didn't know what her mom called her, and we were doing German lessons together.
Yeah.
And so I think I looked it up in the dictionary, and then we found out it meant little witch, and she didn't even know that until like about 10 years ago.
Well, I knew it wasn't good. She was
but
angry
she didn't know
at me.
That's exactly what it meant.
That's interesting.
That was funny.
I
remember that one.
have only once gotten a spanking from my father.
Just once? You're lucky.
Once. Well, my mother took care of the other.
Okay.
She had a wooden spoon. But
What did you do?
I don't think my dad ever spanked any of us kids otherwise. But I was probably
Like my
5
mom, she
years
said she
old,
set up
somewhere
a
around
fire or
that.
something.
And I was
That's why your sister, your mother, is
sitting on the curb outside our house with a friend, and I tied my shoelaces,
Oh,
and they
yeah.
got knotted, and I couldn't get them loose.
Yeah.
And it was the day my dad was off, and I went into the house, and my dad said, "What's the matter?" And I was scared. He was going to yell at me, and I said to him, "My girlfriend, she tied my shoelaces."
You blamed it on her.
Yeah. And then he said, "Well, let me see." He couldn't get them apart. And he said, "Okay, you take them over." Her name was Phyllis. "You take these shoes over to her house and let her mother loose them."
Ooh.
Well, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
and I had to confess. And my dad took his belt off and he gave me a spanking. And then a little while later, he sat me on his lap and he says, "Now, do you know why you got a spanking?" Yeah, right.
And why is that?
Because I lied. My dad said to me, "If you had said right away you had done it," he said, "I may have gotten a little angry and wasn't happy with you, but he said you never would have gotten a spanking,
If you didn't, yeah.
but you lied."
That's a good daddy.
That was a very good daddy.
That's what my dad did.
I ain't gonna do that no more.
Oh.
She didn't do it again. It worked.
Yeah, that's true. And you still remember it, I mean.
Oh, to this day.
Wow.
And actually, it was a positive, not a negative, because of the way my father handled it.
Yeah. Have you ever spanked any of your children?
Yes,
You will
she
not
has.
tell them. You
Oh,
have?
yes. I hear the stories.
I don't think you get been spanked from your mom.
Oh, that's because of
Yeah.
your mom. You did the wooden spoon. My mom did the wooden spoon. That's from
Your mom
mother.
used, and a funny thing, my mother did use the wooden
So that
spoon.
was from German.
Because if she used her hands, she would hurt more than we would.
That's true.
And but when we started to have our family, and you're not going to use a wooden spoon on them, are you?
Oh.
It was different. Those are grandchildren.
It's really tiny. It's called khezarana. Actually, in my culture, you should like hang it, but you should never hit your kids with it.
Oh.
But
Because, my husband told me when we got married, I'm going to have 6 sons. And after that, you can have all the girls you want.
How many
What?
did you want?
and he got no son.
No sons.
That's why you don't
4
say
girls.
you have sons.
We believe that if you got a girl or like 2 or whatever, every girl is gonna shield you from hell, if that makes sense. Like that kind of blessing to their parents that they're
Oh,
gonna help
really?
them go to like heaven more, because like raising a girl is, you're not only raising a girl, but you're raising the future generation, because this girl is gonna raise girls
right.
and boys in the future. So
If I had to choose, I was going to have all boys or all girls. I was glad I had all girls. My parents taught my brother German. Naturally, they
the
were
older one.
the oldest brother. And when the war broke out, he begged my parents not to teach me German, because he got beat up because he was German. We were at war with Germany. And he's 7 years older than I am, so
He got beat up from Americans, like
yeah, for
No,
being
probably Italians.
huh?
Probably Italians.
like didn't hurt, but also the other side who didn't do anything. They got also hurt.
Hurt.
Didn't care about them.
You know.
Yeah,
She
no,
deserved it.
No,
I-
because I know there's good people like everywhere.
Yes,
So-
and you got bad people.
There's bad and everywhere. Good. And
Because you know
But
my
good is more, and I'm sure of that.
because my grandmother's
I
Hey,
wanna
you think
listen.
just because our parents are
I wanna
German, she
listen
knows
to
better?
your
This is
grandma.
history.
I can ask you later. I want to listen.
Yeah, bakeries.
No, I want to hear a different opinion. Okay, I always ask you. We always have good conversations. I just want. That's what makes my brain grow, is to listen to another opinion.
not just you.
So, like, what do you
It's a musical.
musical?
But they had a song in there. You have to be taught before it's too late, before you are 6 or 7 or 8, to hate all the people your relatives hate. You have to be carefully taught. And I think there's so much truth to that. You know, one generation after another.
Is that an
It's
alien?
saying be careful, because basically, like, kids are taught this, like, when they're like, you get taught hatred at a young age. Hate a girl. But like,
كذا أقول لكم شكرا لكم على متابعتكم، وأتمنى أنها نوعا ما وإن كانت يعني قليلا أفادتكم. أنا أفادتني كثير جدا. طبعا المحادثة معاه كانت يمكن ساعة، فاختصرتها، يعني حطيت الأشياء اللي ممكن أحب أشاركها معاكم في 7 دقائق، وحبيت أنه يكون يعني ما هو مقطع كثير، وفي نفس الوقت طبيعي قد ما أقدر. الدرس اللي ممكن أنا أتعلمه وأتمنى أنكم تتعلمونه اللي هو أنكم تحبون أنفسكم كثير والمكان اللي الله عز وجل خلقكم فيه. لأن أنت لما الله عز وجل خلقك في السعودية، في الكويت، في الإمارات، في فلسطين، في أي دولة في العالم، لما خلقكم فيها أنتوا انخلقتوا في هالمكان لسبب معين. فأمها وأبوها كانوا مهاجرين من ألمانيا، لما جو أمريكا تعرضوا لعنف معين لأنهم ألمان. الشيء اللي يفكك الأمم ويفرق الناس. مثال لما يكون عندنا مثلا السعودية من أجمل، بالنسبة لي أنا من أجمل البلدان اللي فيها أكثر اختلاط أعراق. ليه؟ لأن قبل لا تكون سعودية أصلا كانت أرض الناس، وكانت أرض المسلمين اللي كانوا يهاجرون لها. فكان فيها ناس من أفريقيا، فيها ناس، بسم الله سكر الباب فيها ناس من أفريقيا، فيها ناس من بخارى، فيها ناس من جميع أنحاء العالم. فهذا جمال السعودية. فلما يكون واحد سعودي مو شرط أنه يكون مثلا من قبيلة معينة، من عرق معين، لا، سعودي. وهذا الشيء اللي يميز السعودية ترى عن البلدان، أغلب البلدان العربية، لأن في السعودية الحمد لله يا رب فيها أعراق كثيرة. عموما هذا اللي فكك حتى الألمان لما كان بينهم يهود، وحتى من غير اليهود، حتى بعض الألمان يقول لك أنا من العائلة الفلانية أو العائلة العلانية زي كذا. فهي قاعدة تتكلم حتى في البداية تقول إنها كانوا يعتبرون لغتها يعني اللو جيرمان، يعني اللغة غير المتحضرة يعني بين الألمان. فكان ينظر لأهلها يعني بطريقة دونية نوعا ما. هذه القصة وهذا اللي حبيت أشارككم. إذا عجبكم الفيديو أعطوني لايك فيديو. أحب أقرأ تعليقاتكم، وانشروا الفيديو للناس اللي تحبونهم، وحتى الناس اللي ما تحبونهم علموهم يحبون أكثر. وبس وكذا أقول لكم مع السلامة، وأشوفكم بإذن الله السبت الجاي.